How you guys doing? This is 514 Messick from BookieBullies.com, and this is Breaking Down the Books. Coming off of days where we went 6 of 11, but I'm sour. I'm sour because I gave a bonus play, that over, the under rather. I gave the under 212.0 in the Lakers game, and them bastards went over. They just and I typically wouldn't be that upset about it, but I made a three-play parlay that would have won me big last night. And this is probably one of the reasons why most sharps will tell you that most of the money you make goes into single bets. And this is why I always encourage that all the plays that I make on this show, I do singles. It doesn't stop me from doing parlays though. Parlays is where the real money's at. But I had a three-play parlay that I lost because of that under, when I could have just compensated with a pick that actually hit in the Dallas versus Minnesota. That was the easy over. That was easy pickings. But anyways, that's enough ranting for me. I would have been talking with a lot better enthusiasm if I would have hit that three play parlay. I'll tell you that much. Anyways, got a pretty long slate of hockey, short slate of basketball, and obviously today's Thursday, so we got some NFL. Starting from the top, got the Arizona Coyotes versus the Philadelphia Flyers in the NHL. Philly, one of the best teams at home in the league right now. Their record doesn't reflect how good they play, but they're very good at home. The total's at 5.5. The under is prevalent here. I don't like the under in this game, to be honest with you guys. I don't like the under at all. I also don't like Philly. I don't like Philly to win tonight. I really like the underdog in this game. And you know what? It's crazy because I feel like today's not one of those days where it's gonna be as easy. Like yesterday was a real easy day to make money. Like obviously I cashed on a few plays. 6 of 11 basically speaks for itself. But I don't think today's gonna be that much of a, like, it's not gonna be as easy as it was yesterday to get W's. But I like I do like I like Arizona today. There's some, like, it's not statistical, it's not a trend thing. Something just, like, I feel Arizona today, and for that reason I got the money line. And I don't know. I There's something weird about that 5.5 that I just feel like it's not gonna go under. They typically go under, but I just feel sketch. So give me Arizona in that game to start off the board. Next, we got the Blackhawks versus the Bruins. Blackhawks slumping, and they have a real test tonight when they play the Boston Bruins, because Boston is they're not out here playing with nobody. Like, the other day I gave you guys Boston minus 1.5. They didn't score a goal until the third period, but you know what? They covered that minus 1.5. They know what they're doing with their opponents. They already have a game plan set in motion when they come in, and they just execute to perfection. Patrice Bergeron, he's been excellent. You got Pasternak, who's been remarkable. And Brad Marchand, who's actually leading, well, he's one of the leaders of his teams with hits and points, like, you know what I mean. So these guys, the three-headed monster in Boston, they're playing really, really well. And Patrice, he's still going to be out for a while. Although, like I said, he's been playing well, but he's been out the last couple of games, like, so he's going to be out again today. But Boston, they don't pay enough money. They're giving you 44 cents on your buck. So if you're gonna pick Boston, the minus 1.5 is probably your best pick here. But they're playing against Robin Lehner, who I think is a pretty good goalie. I think he's pretty solid since leaving under the arm of Barry Trotz. So Coach Trotz did a really good job with him, turned him into a brick wall, and didn't look so good in the last game he played. But I like Robin Lehner. But if you guys want to pick in this game, the minus 1.5 for Boston is probably your best bet. I don't have a play in this one. Next, we got the Montreal Canadiens versus the Colorado Avalanche. Montreal is bringing up Beaudreau, Beaubriand, Beaubriand, Primo, Caden Primo. I don't even know where I got that. I don't know where I got that other name from. But yeah, they're bringing up Primo from the AHL. He's gonna get his first start today. I don't like his chances. But I also don't like Colorado's chances, who just came off of a back, who are coming off of a back-to-back. They just played last night in a game they won. If you guys watched the show, you seen I lean Colorado. Gave the over in that game, and the under ended up hitting, so that was too bad. But I did lean Colorado, and I should have just picked them. They were underdogs too. Should I just pick them flat out? I didn't. But these things happen. The total's at 6.5 here. The one, it's paying more money for the under than it is for the over, so more people are hopping on the over right now. I'd like to put Colorado, but they got Frank Who's at net. They're a lot healthier now. Also, they're a lot healthier now. But Montreal allows a lot of shots on goal. So you know what? In a back-to-back situation, give me Colorado. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. The back-to-backs haven't bode well for most teams in the NHL right now, but I like Colorado to beat Montreal today. The other time, you know what? Maybe I'll skip out on this pick because the last time I picked against Montreal, it was the New York game. New York was also on a back-to-back. The Islanders, that is, they were also on a back-to-back, and they ended up not covering. So you know what? I'm gonna skip out on this game altogether. Next, we got Tampa Bay versus the Wild. Tampa Bay's at home. Wild, they're streaking. Tampa Bay, they lost their last two games, something like that. Here, let me give you guys the number. I don't want to just talk out my butt here. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay lost their last. Oh no, they didn't lose their last game. They beat Nashville. This is the game where I wanted to pick either side, and I said none of them are playing to par. Yeah, it's true. So they actually beat Tampa Bay in that game. They beat Nashville in that game. So they won their last game. They were on a losing streak where they had lost three of their. Well, anyways, they lost three of their last four. Excluding their last game, they actually won the last game. 6.5 is the total here. Minnesota, they're gonna be going with Alex Stalock. That's what it looks like, anyways. He's expected. Mind you, it's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This could change before game time, so look out for that. Uh, Vasilevsky is gonna be at net for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Minnesota. They've been trending in the right direction. They're on a four-game winning streak. I think that ends today, but I can't put my money on Tampa Bay because it's paying 145 to 1. If anything, I'd have to put the plus 1.5 for the Wild to cover. But I'm not going to do that either because I really think Tampa Bay covers, but I don't like that play. So you know what? I'm going to give you guys the plus 1.5. Wild to cover the plus 1.5. Let's see how that works out. You know, Tampa Bay hasn't been playing especially well, anyways. Next game we got New York versus Columbus. Uh, Columbus gets a lot of penalty minutes. New York also gets penalty minutes, but just a notch under Columbus. They also do a better job at the penalty kill than Columbus does, and Columbus hasn't been especially good on the power play, with the power play unit. Their power play unit has, their special teams have been shaky at best. But in their defense, they take a lot of shots on goal, and New York allows a lot of shots on goal. Today you got Georgiev, who's gonna be at net. So it's gonna be special to see what happens in this game. I think this game goes way over. 6.0 is kind of a short amount, but let's just check what the trend's been happening between these two teams because I would honestly take the over in that game. It would be the thing that makes the most sense, in my opinion. So the last few games between these two teams was 3-2, 5-7, 4-3, 5-4, 5-3, going back to 2018, March of 2018. So the only game that didn't go over was the game towards the end of last season, which was April 5th, and it was 3-2 victory for Columbus. And towards the end of the season, if you guys don't know, this is basically when people clamp down, their identities start to ring true because the playoffs are coming and they start to play with a little bit more intensity. The goalies start to play with a little bit more focus, and the defense starts to kick in. We're not at that stage. We're barely at the quarter mark of the season. We're just about at the quarter mark of the season, and I don't think we're at that stage yet. Give me the over 6.0 in that game. Next, no winner. So no winner in that game. Because if I gave you a winner, I would give you New York, and statistically, it doesn't make sense. But sometimes things happen in my head. I think that something is gonna happen because a lot of these things are instinctual. They're instinctual and they're gut feelings. You can't just go based on all numbers. You have to think, well, these guys have this and these guys have that, and these players been playing well versus these players who hasn't. So sometimes numbers look good, but something clicks in your head and you just got a feeling that it's gonna go the other way. But you have to watch these games. If you're not watching the games, you're not really gonna have a clear understanding you're not necessarily gonna have those kind of feelings. Like the kind of feelings that I have sometimes for underdogs, you're not gonna get that if you don't really watch the games. Next, we got the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Sharks. Sharks 230 underdogs. Hurricanes paying 66 cents on your buck. 6.5 is the total. Uh, I don't know what to tell you about this game. You guys already know how I feel. You know how I feel. about the San Jose Sharks is that Martin Jones sucks. But Martin Jones is not playing today. It's going to be Aaron Dell. Aaron Dell is no better. He's 3-4 in the season, 893 save percentage. That's with a small sample size. You know what? I like to say that when goalies have a small sample size and they have a good goal against average, that it, like I kind of use that against them. Like, oh well, they only played 5 games, so they're, that sample size doesn't really matter because they only play, like, let's say they played 5 games and their goal against average is 1.89. Well, shit, you only played 5 games. Obviously, you have a good goal against average. This guy only played 7 games and he still has a bad goal against average. I don't know what to tell you. This is the reason that they're favored today. Um, Carolina, they got Peter Mrazek at net. Peter Mrazek is the man. Like, he just doesn't allow goals. He's allowing 2.68. He has a 90% save percentage, and he just doesn't allow goals. I like Carolina in this game. Believe it or not, I'm gonna go with Carolina minus 1.5. Not a very popular pick, kind of a dangerous play, but I'm going with Carolina to do what they got to do tonight. Next, we got Vegas versus the Islanders. Vegas still on the road. Malcolm Subban still at net. Islanders coming off that L that they took to Montreal. They got rest ever since then. Give me the Islanders minus 1.5. No second guessing here for the bounce back game. Should be easy money. Should be easy money. I'm just gonna watch that. And what is that? That's 7 o'clock start. Also, I'm just gonna watch that hit, and then maybe, just maybe, bet on that Calgary versus Buffalo game because I don't have a play in it as far as that goes today. But anyways, next game we got the Winnipeg Jets versus the Dallas Stars. Connor Hellebuck versus Ben Bishop, or is it Ben Bishop, or are they gonna put Kudo Ben at net? From last time I checked, it was Ben Bishop. But again, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so no telling when that's gonna happen or how that's gonna happen. But now 17-10 on the season, one overtime loss, and on a win streak, beat Dallas. This is a home and home situation, 5-1 on Tuesday. Dallas should come out on top. Usually in the home and homes, the team that lost the last game typically wins the next. I don't have a play in this game. I'd love to put the under, but I think it's gonna go over. So I don't have a play in this game. Buffalo versus Calgary, I don't have a play in that game either. But like I said, if the night goes well, and I make a significant amount of cash, I might roll with the underdog in that game. In the Buffalo game, the underdog being Buffalo, they're paying 240 on your buck. They won their last game versus Jersey where they blew them out 7-1. Calgary's on a 2-game winning streak, but what did they really beat? They beat Ottawa. They barely beat Ottawa. We had them on Saturday night to cover. If you guys were following, they just beat Buffalo also. So this is going to be the second time that they play them, but they beat them in overtime. So if anything, like I said, if I make enough money, I'm leaning towards the Sabres in that game. So let's see how that works out. Gonna move along to the NFL, where we got the Cowboys versus the Bears. Both teams 6-6. One's top in the NFC East. The other is just at the bottom of the NFC South, NFC North. And I mean, Dallas really needs this W. You know what I mean? Let's just face it. I'm not gonna put a total here. The Bears, they had a pretty good defense, but I don't know what to tell you as far as this goes. The totals, I haven't, like, over the last 2 weeks, I think I failed at the totals. I've given you guys some winners, but I failed at the totals. So I'm probably gonna stay away from that total. But I honestly like Dallas to win this Thursday night game. They don't really have much of a choice, to be honest. It doesn't look like it could go any other way for them. The total is 43. Like I said, I think I'm debating on staying away from it. Dallas is 7-5 at the over, and Chicago is 4-8 to the under. So they're 8-4 to the under. So they have a 66% chance of hitting the under and a 58% chance of hit. So let's just do some quick math here. 66.6 plus 58.5. So 66.6 plus 58.5. This equals to that. We're going to divide this by 2, and that's going to give us 62.5% chance of hitting the under. which is at 43. 43 is the total. I'm not giving you the total. Just giving you guys the Dallas game at the spread. They need this win more than anything else because playoffs are coming, and let's be real. If they're gonna be successful in the playoffs, they're gonna have to get this W. You know, seeding matters. I'm gonna go into the NBA. In the NBA, we got the 76ers versus the Washington Wizards. With they opened up, it was 7.5 last time I checked, and now it's at 8.0. By the time it gets to game time, it might be 8.5. 236 is the total. Now, mind you, Philly is one of those teams in the league that's really good with defense. Like this is the highest total I've seen Philly had all season, and I I think I'm gonna go with the under in this game. The under 236.0 seems like the right way to go. Plus eight. I can't bet on Washington to go plus eight because Washington doesn't necessarily they don't necessarily cover spreads. But I like the 236, the under 236. Sounds like a dangerous play, but I think Philly's gonna play a slow pace game, some defense, and they should be able to handle it. You know, so give me the under in that game. And if anything, I'll wait for some in plays to be able to give you guys because you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna give you guys Philadelphia 76ers -8 and the under 236. Done deal. Like you know, we're like these guys are just way too good to be struggling or to fight against a Wizards team, which is basically at the bottom of the East. I'm sorry, like you know, they're like not even in the playoff conversation. They're below 500. This should be easy money. I'm gonna roll with Philly for a change. I'm gonna give you guys the under. Those are two unorthodox picks, and they should hit. Honestly, I mean, yeah, I feel like today's not one of those days that's super easy, but this should be a freaking no-brainer. If Philly doesn't win by 10, maybe you don't bet on Philly the next time they play or the time after that because I mean shit, like at some point in time you guys are going to have to defend the 3, you guys are going to have to, you know, you're going to have to defend the key and you can't just allow Wizards to score all kind of buckets on you. Like if anything you score on them. If anything, you guys score 136 and let the Wizards stay under 100. That's still not a over. Anyways, give me Philly 8.0 and the under. Simple things, simple things. Next, we got Denver versus the Knicks. Denver probably sour about just losing to the Lakers on their home floor. They were favorite. There was no real reason for them to be favorite. 203 is the total. Denver should cover the spread. Are they going to cover the spread? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. They're on the road. They don't do that good at home. They don't do that good on the road. But they play defense. Am I gonna go? The 203 seems like a very low amount. You know what I mean? The guys on the Knicks, they could score. Like you know, it's not like they're all garbage. Like you know, Julius Randle could score. Marcus Morris could score. You know, they got the. You can't depend on rookies like R.J. Barrett, but they got Dennis Smith Jr. who's a slasher and he could hit threes. So 203 seems to me like a very low amount of points. And even if it's not a low game, I mean, Denver should be able to score a shit ton of points here today. I like the over 203 in this game. Next, we got, I don't have a spread in the Denver game. Just give me the over 203. Next, we got Houston versus Toronto. Houston underdog. Toronto coming off a back-to-back where they just lost to Miami. No, sorry. They played a couple nights ago where they lost to Miami. I think they go on a little bit of a losing streak because they just inserted Serge Ibaka back into the lineup, and now they're inserting Kyle Lowry back into the lineup. They're gonna have to get some things together. Maybe they worked on it yesterday, but now they got Houston coming into town with James Harden scoring like 100 points every game. And the last time they seen each other, they had no Russell Westbrook. They had Chris Paul, who's a hack, and Russell Westbrook's also a hack on defense. I don't think Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet knows what's gonna happen today when Russell Westbrook and James Harden comes to town. I think it's gonna be a defensive clinic on both ends. They like as far as the bark and the backcourts go, like you know, because Kyle Lowry is also a hack. 230.5 seems like a lot of points. I don't think that goes over either. I like Houston money line. I also like the under in that game. Next, we got Phoenix versus New Orleans. Phoenix just gave you guys Phoenix yesterday versus Orlando. They could not do it for us. They ended up getting blown out. They're on a back-to-back. New Orleans, New Orleans. You know, they could play down there, Wardy. You know, they could play down there. They're not bad at all. They're really not. You know, they don't have a good record, but you know what? They're really not that bad of a team. And you know, they just got news that Zion is not even close to coming back. I think they're going to try to give him the Joel Embiid treatment. 3.5 is the favorite. I can't bet on any shit teams, so I refuse to bet on New Orleans. 235 is the total. That game should go way over. but I don't have a play in that game. And that's pretty much it for me. So, anyways, before I give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown, I'd like you guys to go ahead and smash that like button, destroy the crap out of that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit that notification bell in the top corner over here so that you're advised anytime I post videos like these. So, starting from the top, going with the NHL, we got the Arizona Coyotes, money line. Minnesota Wild, plus 1.5. The over 6.0 in the New York versus Columbus. Carolina, minus 1.5. New York Islanders, minus 1.5. Dallas Cowboys in the NFL, minus 3.0. We're going to the basketball league where we got the under 236 in the Sixers versus Wizards, giving you the Philadelphia 76ers minus 8 to blow these guys out. They better do what they got to do. The over 203 in the Denver versus Knicks game. Houston Rockets money line and the under 230. That's 11 plays. And like I always do, I'll put my buck as my single just in case they all hit. And I'll obviously do all my singles. And I'll also maybe break this down to make some parlays. Next week, I got some content for you guys finally coming up. And I'll be posting it on my website at bookiebullies.com. And I'll also be posting it on YouTube so you guys will be able to get some fluctuation of content that you'll be able to use for years and years to come. So that's pretty much some exciting stuff going on there. And like I tell you all the time, please, best of luck to all. Do not bet what you can't afford to lose. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you again tomorrow.